do their job, okay? That my taxes pay for, okay? Um, so the thing is that I've been, every time I make a complaint, which police actually use citizens and city officials or whatever to harass me or whatever, persecuting me all over my town. Okay, which all these false complaints, by the way, being used by police to slander me is evidence of persecution against me. Okay, and it also is their lack of disrespect. I mean, yeah, their lack of respect. I'm sorry, lack of respect, disrespect against law enforcement. Okay, so the thing is, I'm not going to deal with all these games. I don't have to keep calling back. I don't want to call back because I don't want to get off the phone when I'm being in pain and suffering and crying because I'm basically being abused and harassed and manipulated and lied to with their smooth talking and everything else like that and deception that I'm not going to deal with. I'm trying to make a complaint. I made a complaint against somebody with manipulation, theft, and basically damaging my property by city officials. Aaron Melnick and a worker they contracted with, a Chris Miller, in which they did damage to my property and basically somewhat stole money from me. I haven't obtained money. I'm never to obtain the money. They were supposed to do work on my place or whatever, and then they're billing me for money that they basically got funded for to do work on my place, and saying I have to pay this back that they never spent on my place. I was harassed and bullied in my house and basically harassed by them with basically echoing the same harassment police use against me to retaliate against me for being a righteous woman of God. And my God, by the way, is wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, if you're confused about that. Has nothing to do with any of these evil churches. But I've been persecuted and retaliated against and targeted by police for like 30 years. For being an innocent victim of domestic violence and basically, just continuously being an activist, whistleblower, yes, against crime. Hello?
Yeah, here. All right, so what you want to do? Put in a complaint on a police officer here, a police officer in another jurisdiction. I don't know how that works, but here you got to go online.
All right, no, I'm trying to make an official complaint. All right. And the thing is, I would like the complaint removed from my record, in which it was a lie when I was speaking against other people's delusions. And they sat there and falsely claimed that this city worker, who they are claiming, is authoritative because they're a city worker. Okay. And basically falsely said I falsely claim. Oh my gosh. How do I say that? I'm trying to put this in order. Saying that I claimed that they claimed that I was delusional when I said, which they never said that. I basically said that they were delusional and I was speaking against their delusions, and they're delusionally making up false reports against me and having me slandered in a record, and their evil is freaking mind rape. It's gaslighting me and it's mental abuse. I have a right to make my official complaint against theft and destruction of property. And I'm being refused to. Because I'm an intelligent white woman and a prophetess of God. So I'm not going to deal with these profane things that are going to sit there and have such a degenerate mind that they're going to just like pervert every word that I say like their chaplains do to the Bible. I'm talking about your chaplains in your police department and all these churches all across the world. I want to make a complaint against Aaron Melnick and Chris Miller. I didn't say Aaron Mills. Aaron. Why are you yelling at me? I'm explaining it to you. I just told you I said Aaron Melnick. I didn't say Aaron Miller.
Okay, Aaron Melnick. It's kind of hard to hear because of the phone line. Technology isn't that great.
Okay, stop lying.
Ma'am, I'm not lying. I just told you. So the gentleman you just said, who is he again?
Aaron Melnick and Chris Miller.
Okay, who is Aaron Melnick?
Aaron Melnick is community development director in City Hall.
Okay. Okay.
He contracted with a contractor of birch tree remodeling to fix my roof that caved in, and we had to be emergency evacuated.
Okay.
Okay, so during that time, I was harassed by them in my home.
Who's them? Wait.
Aaron Melnick, and Chris Miller. I was harassed by both of them almost every time I encountered them.
Okay, hold on. Was Chris Miller working with? Who's Chris Miller?
Chris Miller was the one that was supposed to do, or was, I guess, is the head, the leader, or whatever you want to call him, of the construction crew that did work on my house.
Okay, so how were you harassed? You said a whole lot. I need to dwindle it down. Just get the main details.
This ain't complicated.
Well, I don't understand. So, how did Aaron Melnick and Chris Miller harass you? What did they say?
Why is there so much aggression in your voice?
Ma'am, do you want me to help you or not?
Oh my gosh, man. Why am I being talked to like this? Hello?
How were you harassed by?
All right, why don't you just take a little breather, okay, and calm down, because I don't know what the problem is. Relax, okay?
Shirt and black shorts.
So, the thing is, I was being falsely accused in my home. I was being manipulated. I was being told that things were damaged prior to them damaging it, which it was not. They were making up things about me. There's all kinds of details. You know what? This is tiring. I don't know why I got to do that. I already did this in details so many times. And I recorded it, and I have it online of basically not all the details. I'm going to go through my house and do all the details or whatever. You know what? Hello?
Yes, I'm here.
This is very frustrating.
So what you're telling me at this point, there's no harassment because you haven't...
You just made up that lie. I never said anything like that. You're a liar. You keep lying. That's evidence of a debased mind. You're lying. I just never said anything like that.
I'm trying to help you out, man.
You're a liar. Stop the rape. Stop the mind rape. You're harassing me. You're harassing me. They're harassing me. You're going to hang up on me. This is what they were doing. Just made up thoughts. There we go again. Just made up these thoughts that, from this point, there's no harassment. They just made that up. Their minds are debased, man. There's something wrong with their minds. There's something seriously wrong with their minds. Like, he just started yelling at me for no reason. Like, he's like got me all intense and basically all upset, yelling at me, and I don't know why he's yelling at me. He's getting angry because I'm speaking against crime. Then he's manipulating and sitting there saying things I'm not even saying. He can't even repeat what I just said. Not even identify it in the slightest. Making up lies. Oh, so you don't have a complaint? What? Yes, I do have a complaint of harassment. It's exhausting explaining it over and over again. And on top of that, I'm getting frustrated because he's sitting there yelling at me for no reason.
Please press 3. ID Bureau.
Vineland Police Operator 0181.
Yeah, I just got harassed by an officer, like, I don't even recall what it was, like, I don't know, was it Farmer or Foreman? I don't know what it was. I don't know his last name. I don't know what his last name was. Who did I speak to?
You want to report that Officer Farmer was harassing you?
Yeah, is that who it was? The officer that was supposed to call me back. I'm sorry, go ahead.
Yes, is that the officer you just spoke with?
Yeah.
Okay, and you want to report that he's harassing you?
Yeah, I'm trying to make a complaint, and he's yelling at me. I don't know why he's yelling at me. He's getting all intense, and then he's sitting there making up lies and falsely claiming I don't have a harassment. That I said I don't have a harassment complaint. Is he, like, so mind-warped that he's, like, so degenerate he's just going to make up a lie? and make up things I never said or implied? He just made that up and he's a liar. He's making up lies and they're saying he's not lying.
Okay, ma'am. I'll find you another officer to speak with. Just hold on 1 minute.
This is unbelievable. And they're going to sit there and say I'm the problem. When they're the problem, they have severe mental disorders so bad that it's unbelievable. And then they're going to sit there and lie about me and make up lies about me and say that I basically have a mental problem. If I spoke like that and did all that, I belong in a mental institution. That's crazy. These police are not mentally stable whatsoever. They're not law enforcement. They're not. You're making up lies saying I don't have a harassment complaint and refuse to take my harassment complaint. Now here, it was just exhausting trying to explain it to me, but I'm sorry, trying to explain it to them. And it's just like all they do is gaslight. Like I'm explaining it over and over and over and over. It's just exhausting repeating myself constantly. Like, I'm already irritated. Like, I don't even want to pursue it because he's sitting there yelling at me for no reason, getting angry because I'm speaking against cops harassing me and refusing me to make a complaint. Why are you a police officer? To abuse power? To abuse women? I'm being unjustly discriminated against for being, in quotes, white, being unjustly discriminated against by racists, by anti-theist atheists, fraudulent Pentecostals, misogynistics. They act like barbarians. These people working on my house? Oh, no, they didn't even work on my house. They just made up a whole bunch of lies, acting like they were doing something, and basically stole my money. Or should I say pre-stole my money. Charging me $30,000 for money I have to pay back for them only doing not doing. People stole my money, didn't do the work. Everything that was bad work is basically what they directed them to do. Everything that was good work is people who just did the good work that were actually worked on the house. Except for the cabinets that were all messed up. Lighting sockets. On top of that, these savages, it was Chris Melnick, because I saw it in the back of his truck, went through my recyclable bin and stole basically trash out of my recyclable bin. It was like 2 all detergent containers, large size and a large 2.5 gallon pull-in water container that I recycled. So they're going through my trash because they're trash. Broke my window, climbing in my window. Said they could, they can get in or whatever. Asked them if they needed a key. They're like, oh no. Used my kitchen knife as a spackle. That was the white dude, by the way. Everything that they did wrong on it, and he wasn't even experienced, and everything they did wrong on the place is what all the white people did. Savages. Rob and steal. My roof was damaged in the first place by white people. White males. They don't know how to act. Misogynistic. Don't think I should be listened to, because most of them are misogynistic and don't think a woman should be listened to. While they do everything wrong. Can't be corrected for anything. But I'm being targeted and persecuted for every bias of all of them in there. Rather it's a racist, rather it's misogynistic, rather it's basically an anti-theist atheist, a fraudulent Pentecostal, New Age era Pentecostal. Catholic. All the evil people in the world. Hands falling asleep. Cancel that. Like, I'm the only person who actually has a right to be angry here. I am the one treated like just like an it while they act like worthless its. Got 18 minutes? No, 10 minutes. I was gonna say it seemed like 18 minutes. There's like a line through it. Looks like an 8. Waiting for 10 minutes is like, actually takes a long time. I gotta write down every little detail. What these people said to me, what they did, that I can remember. How they did things. You know what? That's the thing. And like I said before, it's just like you describe what these people do. Like, this is the thing. I spoke with Farmer before, so he already knows. And they're putting him on there on purpose or whatever because he's harassing me because he hung up on me before. He didn't yell like that though before. I know that for a fact. But he has a severe mental disorder. And then they're sitting there going around because you correct their delusional mental disorder. They'll sit there and tell you you're delusional or got mental problems for basically correcting their delusions. That's the whole point. This is what they did in the complaint when I'm sitting there speaking against people's delusions and their mental abuse and harassment in my own home. So they sat there and flipped it backwards and said that Aaron Melnick said I was delusional. To sit there and claim, that's what he said, and so therefore I'm delusional. This is what they're doing. They act like child molesters. That's all they do. They're nasty. They scapegoat, they flip things backwards, and they act like child molesters, scapegoating the victim. It's kind of like, I experienced this. It's just like sitting there telling how when somebody's sitting there molesting somebody else or whatever, and you try to get help for, your sister or whoever the case may be or whatever, and they tell you have a dirty mind. This is what they do. Because you don't believe in child rape. Because they're disgusting. You can't even find, a person that is a humane person, hardly these days. That's that bad grammar, sorry. Can't find a humane person that doesn't act like a disgusting, foul, less than human thing. You can't. It's hard to sit there and encounter an officer. 99% of the freaking officers I've encountered in the Vineland Police Department act like degenerate. Just their brains are so they act like meth heads or something. You ever see that on videos? They're all messed up. They're delusional. And they're hanging on the sidewalks and stuff, hanging over fences and stuff. We need a law enforcement department. Oh, protest. All right, I got my poster board for protesting. Cooler of the day. Cooler of the temperature. Yeah, I'm half speaking my words and thinking the rest of it, whatever. This is it's been 15 minutes. Probably just left on hold. It's the end of that.